Come on, there we go. The black showy figure has come across there, right through where you guys just were, and around this corner several times. One passed by Eric by what, about 3 feet? Sometimes we can get the screen up, sometimes they have to have it down because they have a showing the very next day. Like I said, Lady in White's been seen across here. It's actually interesting. No one has ever managed to catch her, a picture of her on film, anything other than actually seeing her. We've had various unusual incidents happen with people putting cameras up here. One group out of Bridgeport, Ohio, which actually put a camera up here, I believe right over in this area, pointing that way. And one or two of their members were out in the audience and they seen what appeared to be a white apparition or something light crossing here. The screen was down, so they couldn't see the exact details of what it was. You know, they were excited. They went and got their tech manager. They knew they had a camera up here. They went over to where they had their center set up so they could check it out. And there was a strange white object right in the middle of their camera. And so they came up here, they were looking at it in the dark, they couldn't figure it out. They thought it was like a point of condensation on the lens or something. They took it out in the concession stand where we had the lights on, and here there was a perfect circle burnt on the inside of their camera lens. So we've had another group that had their camera sitting over here on a chair pointed across the stage. Again, a couple people thought they saw the apparition cross. They were like, we got it. They ran over, their camera was unplugged. So I've had equipment up here. Matter of fact, I was actually going to film some of the audience reaction during our playing of the movie on the beginning of this year, and I put my camera on a tripod up there where just in front of in a corner, kind of like where the flag is, just on the stage, pointed out into the crowd. I came back and checked it 20 minutes later, and it had been shut off. But even stranger than that, there was nothing of the recording. I'd turned it on, I'd looked through the screen to make sure I had to focus. I started the recording ran. It was a hard drive, a 60 gig hard drive. Everything else before and after it was on there. That segment was entirely missing, and the camcorder was shut off. And yet, the whole time that it was running, I was out in the audience. There was nobody could have stepped up and done anything to it because I could blatantly see it. So lots of different weird things happen to equipment up here, one way or the other. Yeah. We've also had like what amounts to spotlights and beams of light across the stage in various ways. These aren't regular. What I mean is, I can't say they always happen or they happen at this time. We've had them happen late at night. We've had them happen around 1 in the morning, you know.
And this is all sealed up. The windows, there's no windows in here. It's all dark. And the doors were closed up front. There's no possible explanation. You know, it couldn't be a car, it couldn't be anything.
Yeah, I mean, I called the other groups just to check. The only thing I could think of is somebody actually crossed the beam of light, you know, a flashlight or something down here, but I was able to account for everybody, you know, so I can't explain what exactly we've seen. And I've saw it both from sitting in the aisles when the screen is up, and I've also seen it from up in the catwalk looking down onto the stage. Speaking of which, we've had other groups. I myself have never experienced this, but other groups have actually seen a little girl peeking over the catwalk rail and giggling at them. I've heard her giggle at times, both from down here and when I've been up there, but I've never seen her. So we'll come along this way and we'll actually go up to the catwalk.